allow the two children to have the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay.
She
Off your mic. Off your mic.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary IDP number 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Hello there. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you again from wherever you are joining us. It is Máyégún live. Thank you very much for joining me. But as you are joining, remember, after reading the caption of the broadcast, the video, read the description of the broadcast as well. It's like the normal ritual. Like it, share it to invite others who possibly should be here. So tonight, we are delving into the story that trended so much in Nigeria today, because the most reported impunity that is associated with this APC, Egbekegbe, and so many other factors was brought to pretty much light this morning when Peter Obi told the world that an unknown court order from unknown plaintiff with an unknown demolition order were executed in Lagos State, in Ikeja, last night, when his own brother's business of a decade and a half, over 15 years of business, right, was demolished. And well, maybe that is not even just the saddest part of it, because not only that they demolished his brother's business in court, they didn't allow him to take anything out of his old company, and that got a lot of people talking and digging. Some said we should probably hear from the other side, so that before you make any judgment and all that, because the first to call police, sometimes nobody, the first to call police is not always the non-guilty one or so, right? Anyway, Peter Obi that raised the alarm, right? And his own side of the story, which got everybody, like I said, riled up, that it is believed that it is politically motivated, right? Because according to Obi and his own, press, sort of like a conference or so, or addressing the press, Obi made it clear that not only that they have been targeting him and his business and people around him, that Tinubu's government has graduated into targeting his family members. An allegation that some said is exaggerated, while others are saying before he's finally kind of like speaks out that way, there's so much he must have probably taken every now and then. So this conversation is out there. However, on Máyégún's Diary Political tonight, I am here to bring all of the available kind of like information all together in this clip. And whatever you make of it is wholly yours. So let us start from when Peter Obi raised the alarm very early this morning and the demolished building. Let's start with that.
We're good?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Just go.
Just yesterday, just on Sunday, I came back from the US, and my younger brother told me he urgently wants to see me. And I saw him yesterday on my way to Abuja. He said to me that the land, the company land, next would be returned. The land they owned for over 10 years, probably over 15 years, belonging to them, and some people just jumped into it and said they are the owner, that they have cut injunction, and that they are about to start demolition. I said, okay, we'll go to court. That they won't demolish it without having proper documentation on everything. But yesterday evening, he called me, said they've removed the roof. They brought 3 tractors, demolishing everything as fast as they can. And I said, no. I'll leave Abuja this morning. Let me go there personally. He said all effort for them to enter there, they've been refused to even enter. And they've chased out the people who are living there. So there's nothing they can do. That's how I came from Abuja with first flight this morning from Abuja. Drove to this place, asked the people who authorized it to demolish. They said they have cut injunction that the owner gave them. I said, who is the owner? They said they don't know the owner. They just gave them. I said, who is the owner? They said they don't know the owner. Can I see the cut injunction and see who the owner is, the person who is now claiming is sued? They gave me the cut injunction. The cut injunction explicitly said unknown person. How can you sue an unknown person? I said the land belongs to you. A land with property. And within yesterday and today, it demolished the property. Look at it. They've removed the roof, they removed the thing. Okay, give me your proper documentation, demolition orders, because even if you want to demolish the house, you go to the state, they give you order to demolish, give you appropriate documentation, bring safety people and them, so that we know we're doing what is now. It's only while I'm here now that some people came and said they have and safety order. What kind of country is this? How did you descend to this level of rascality? How can you sue a unknown person, enter somebody's land and everything? I've been here for 4 hours. I've not seen one person who comes and says, I'm the owner. 3 people or 2 or 3 people have appeared. Are you the owner? No, I'm not. But I'm acting on behalf. I said, so who is the owner? No name. They've not called the name. I said, but you know my name. I'm Peter Obi. I want to know the next person, so I can even approach you and say, please, this land belongs to a company that my brother is the majority shareholder. We country can't go on like this. We're looking for foreign investors. We're looking for investors. But look at how local investors are being treated. Is that a country can thrive? This level of lawlessness, this level of rascality.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah? So everybody take it. This place belongs to my family. So I can somebody give you a court order and you're spoiling our house. So send it to the people you're sending, please.
Okay.
I came here in peace. I'm not quarreling with you. Just let the people that are doing the wrong thing. This place is fenced now. So you just enter somebody and say, court order. Which court? We have all the legitimate documents about this sold to us by a family. And this is how you intimidate poor people. Please tell the person who gave you the order that if you please vacate this place. See the equipment that are here. You can see things that are here. Nobody could remove anything. Is that how I come to work? They just came suddenly, started demolition. You know, if my brother didn't have a brother like me, they would. He wanted to enter here. They said, no, you can't enter. We have got injunction. What about got injunction that allows somebody to enter into another person's property? They shoot him for removing his things and everything, and demolishing everywhere. What about got injunction is that? We are finished in the country.
We're good?
That's the part I was waiting for. So Peter Obi believes that the impunity in the system, the lack of a due process in the system, they are all pointers to a finished country. That's quite honest. But the Ronukus disagreed. Some of them have pulled out, they've pulled up Peter Obi's demolition of buildings in Anambra as governor. You know, they can be that petty. And they can always deflect. So that, But the question still is, who is the owner? Who is that person that went to court to claim the ownership of the land? Well, I won't say an anonymous, but a bit of like a bot account on Twitter shared some documents relating to what we believe here. What's wrong with this whole thing? So the story is that a person stood up in 2023 to claim the land as ours. And then she went to court. Within a space of 2 months, the court granted her prayer. But here is the questionable part that got a lot of people asking questions like, what is this? The time frame and the discrepancies in the documentation, including the court order or judgment, will make you want to ask more questions. For example, let's see if I can put this up enough for everyone to see. Sorry, pardon me, right? All right, it is a public document, okay, about this said land. So they said a lady named Deborah Olorunlogbon in 2023 went to court. And this is the copy of that, what do you call it? Certificate of execution of warrant to possess the land. So if you take a look at the date or the filing, it says here that it is in 2023. Right. Then, when you take a look at the certificate of occupancy, COO, for the land that she got from, Lagos State government, that one is dated 2015. Then when you look at another document, this is part of what I believe the CFO, so don't worry. Oh, sorry, the part of the filing, okay? Then their solicitor on the 2nd of June 2025 wrote to the police, right, to help execute the court judgment to reclaim a land that Peter Obi said his own brother has owned for over 15 years. A land he bought, he owns the document, everything and all that. But let us go back to, pardon me. Let's go back to this first set. When you take a look at the court filing here, it says Deborah Olorunlogbon claimant versus, which is and person unknown. So she went to court to reclaim a land, and it was more or less like there is a law in Lagos State called squatters law or something. So they don't have to know you. They don't even have to meet you before they can get judgment against you. Because you'll be filed as unknown. And under that law, anyone who claims to be the owner of a land, maybe they will present document, maybe not. I don't know. So in their courts, if they get a judgment against you. So this is the beginning of the known, the unknown. Now, this person should have ordinarily been served that, you see, I am the owner of the land, even though you bought the land, even if you bought the land 30 years ago, I am the rightful owner. Do you understand? Like, you must know that person, because that person must know that somebody is trying to claim his land, right? I think that is what the law should be like, but that is not what it is. So let's go back to the solicitors and the years. So on the 2nd of June, which is this month, Rose of Sharon solicitors wrote to the police to come and help them reclaim the land. And, okay, hang on, I think in 2024, so they got, that was when they got their ruling, I think. Here, as you can see, said to 20th day of May 2024, and Ikeja Ikeja High Court ruled in favor of this Deborah Olorun Logbon versus person unknown to go and get her land. Okay? So, which is what our lawyers forwarded to the police as their backup. Do you get it now? So now the Nigerian police now wrote to Mr. Ejike, which is the Peter Obi's brother. Mr. Ejike, the, invitation letter, rather, they invited him, probably after receiving the court's order. So all of this in 2025. And let's go back to the land in question, which is, so there are other documents whose discrepancies are being questioned, okay? Like the CFO, okay? So the CFO for the land means it was granted on the 12th of February this year. I'm gonna, is that the, I think this is it. So 2025, and here is another, I think, I'm gonna, okay, I think this is part of their petitions and the rest of that, all right? So these documents available in the public didn't really answer any question, but rather has created more questions. So I don't know what your intrusive thoughts are telling you right now, but I have one. When you check the time that this person just surfaced from nowhere, all right, there is no prior record of any court case over the land. So in 2023, that was the time Peter Obi, that was the time Peter Obi challenged Tinubu. In fact, the CFO for the land was paid for and issued, was paid for in February 2023 and was issued. And that same 2023 was the same year in May that they went to court without contacting the person who is the occupier, the owner. They didn't contact him in that 2023. So it's that 2023 that Lagos State government gave the CFO to this Olorun Logbon. So this series of events, you can piece them together and arrive at wherever you like. But like I said, it's kind of like gives more, produces more questions than answers. So in 2023, the Lagos State government, without what I believe any court judgment that said this Olorun Logbon is the owner of the land, still granted a CFO to this person, probably to help our case, to say, well, see, I've got your CFO here. And the government can say, they can revoke your CFO. You understand? So if you are holding one, it is as valid as the government says it is. So now let's now say two occupants or two owners are holding CFOs, courtesy of same government. In all of this, Obi's brother or and his partners, according to Obi, they were not notified. And according to court documents, they were not notified. But in 2024, when the court now ruled in their favor, to go and collect the land, so they approached the police. That judgment that said they should go and claim the land, they said they went to the gate of the building, pasted it, took pictures, then took it off. So here is another one. That simply means we can ask if in 2024 they were already established sort of like, you know, a friction, like maybe when they came to paste something or when the police invited them. But here is a document to possibly review, right? That could likely give us answer on that, okay? So, sorry, one sec. Because here, if their petition shows that they wrote the police in order to help them execute this court judgment, when was that? So now here is the answer. There's a court judgment that there's a court judgment that was given in May 2024. Sorry, I mean, I didn't put this up, so I'm trying to kind of like find it where. So in 2023, they instituted the case. In 2024, this was the police petition. So in this is it. In 2024, they got what is like the court ruling. Now here is the court ruling that said they can go and take the possession, the originating this and that. If you look at the third paragraph of this, if you can see it on the screen, right? The third paragraph. Consequently, the request of the claimant is granted. Possession of 57 Oduduwa Crescent is granted in favor of the claimant. So the cost summarily assessed as 2 million naira. See that part, right? Now, the question we would probably want to ask, for those who are interested though, right, is that between that May 2024, did they not make attempt to reach out to the occupier? So the answer is no, they didn't. Even if they claim to have, right? No, it was in June this month, meaning a year later, you know, is when they decided to report it to the police. The police invited the squatter, and whatever they discussed between the 2nd of June and 17th of June, the mind was made up. So the next question is, there is no court order that said the building should be demolished, but maybe the word possession or repossession in this kind of like a frame may mean the person should claim the land, not the building. So, and they chose to just demolish it. Now let's go back to 2023 to look at the factor where Peter Obi said this whole thing they've targeted. He actually pulled out a tweet, a very long one on X, where he specifically pointed fingers towards Tinubu's people who have been doing everything to persecute people around him, including himself, in what he termed as, you know, the state-sponsored attack on him, on his business, enough that it could possibly run away and leave Nigeria, sort of, and it won't. That they have now extended it to his loved ones, his family members, and all that. You know, the position that some people are saying is like crying wolf. What do you mean? There is a missing thing here. All right? Like I said, I don't know what you will make of it. Okay? But I've given you this information. We've not yet fully from both sides, but with the available information, it is now beyond the unknown versus unknown. We now know a lady called Oluwalogbon. Let me put her up a little bit again. Now, this is just, you know, for record purpose, okay? So if you take a look at, give me a sec. Which of them? Please bear with me, okay? Now, if you take a look at the certificate of occupancy, right? That was granted in 2025. So now we know who is Oluwalogbon. That demolished Peter Obi's brother's business. So the next thing now is to find out, who is she? Is she just a front for something probably bigger? Can we see this as, you know, administrative flaw, error or something? Or, you know, or there is more to it? I think time will tell. Okay. So when rufai said Tinubu and his gang, they don't play fair. Do you know that after that interview and all that, right? And all rufai said, that same evening, some thugs, they've taken over the secretariat of this SDP, the party that rufai joined, the party that he wanted the coalition to use in challenging Tinubu last night. You know, political thugs, they invaded their national secretariat in Abuja, demanding for the chairman to resign and leave Tinubu. However, Ali Ndume has something to say, because according to him, those who are decamping in the face of this national hardship and insecurity, they are mocking Nigerians. So it's going to end up as, if Tinubu doesn't change, it is going to end, their 2027 is going to end up as Nigerians versus them. And he called Onofunuga, he called him a domestic dog or a domestic servant that he won't like honor with any response. But again, there is more, because Kolu himself has now responded to this talk of coalition. He called them politically, internally displaced persons that everybody should ignore. Now to the political part. Ndume.
So that's where the simmering anger is coming from, isn't it?
Yeah, and but you know, as you see, Amechi worked for the president. I can tell you that.
You mean after he lost?
After he lost,
sort of started working.
He was part of the PCC.
Right.
And our team, like Burate, the former IG, and many others, joined hands. Rufai was supposed to be on our side. And somehow, you know, he moved over. And I think these are part of the things that are annoying him or frustrating. I think...
When you say he moved off, what do you mean?
He was on our side.
Yeah. You said he was supposed to be on your side.
Yeah, Amichi's side.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So after Tinubu was nominated...
No. Before Tinubu was nominated,
right,
he made up his mind to support Tinubu.
Okay.
And Tinubu, as he rightly said,
right,
that he should not leave and that he should come on board. So, since then, I've not been that to rufai.
Right.
Because he abandoned our group. You understand? Went to support Tinubu fully.
Right.
And, you know, he really mobilized, he did a lot. Then, you know, Tinubu is there, asked him to join the government. But somehow, up to now, Charles, I don't understand what happened, you know.
You mean between
them?
Yeah,
but that is not my business. And I was there sometimes say, okay, you did that to us, so. but
it's payback.
It's a payback to yourself.
Right.
But I cannot understand up to now. I was the chief whip. Rufai came to the chamber and we almost like asked him to take a bow and go, or even to just lay out some plans.
Right. That is after he had been nominated as minister.
Yes. And I told you, I'm not a Rufai's fan or friend or anything, but truth must be told. Mm. You see, that was where Mr. President got it wrong. You don't form your government with dependence. And most of it is the president is a kingmaker, remember? Mm. So when the kingmaker becomes a king, then there is a problem which he must identify himself so that he can have people that will stand up to him and tell him the truth. This is now what is lacking in this government. And when I said, and I still stand on it until there is a change, the government of Tinubu is dominated by khaki structures and kleptocrats. I don't want to even respond to Bayo where you say it's a lone wolf.
That's Bayo Onanuga, the presidential spokesman.
Bayo Onanuga is just in Nigeria. He is a domestic staff to the president. I am a senator 4 times. How dare he calls me, but I'm happy he called me lone wolf. He's a magadog.
Well, you forgot the word frustrated. He said frustrated lone wolf.
No, I'm not frustrated. I contested for
Senate. I didn't say you were. I'm saying that's what he called you.
Charles, why would I be frustrated? I contested to be a senator. I won 4 times. I won 2 times in the House of Reps. Where does the frustration come? Got it wrong. You don't form your government with dependence. And most of it is the president is a kingmaker, remember? Mm. So when the kingmaker becomes a king, then there is a problem which he must identify himself so that he can have people that will stand up to him and tell him the truth. This is now what is lacking in this government. And when I said, and I still stand on it until there is a change, the government of Tinubu is dominated by khaki structures and kleptocrats. I don't want to even respond to Bayo where you say it's a lone wolf.
That's Bayo Onanuga, the presidential spokesman.
Bayo Onanuga is just in Nigeria. He is a domestic staff to the president. I am a senator 4 times. How dare he calls me, but I'm happy he called me lone wolf. He's a magadog.
Well, you forgot the word frustrated. He said frustrated lone wolf.
No, I'm not frustrated. I contested for Senate.
I didn't say you were. I'm saying that's what he called.
And Dume. So that was him there trying to let you know that from the start, he was working for Amechi, and Amechi came second Tinubu reached out to them, then he changed his mind, and the rest is history. But he strongly believes that he is in a position to tell Tinubu the truth. And if things remain as they are, no matter how many mega dogs that Tinubu unleashes on them, he won't even mind to leave APC. That's what he said. He said, I won't mind to leave in this part.
Fault. And I put it to you, Malam.
Fault. So that's where the simmering anger is coming from, is it?
Yeah, and but you know, as you see, Amechi worked for, and one of those, as I told you, until recently when he became the president, I used to go to, you know, Tinubu's bedroom, both in Bodilon and here in Lagos House. And he knows me very well. And if we meet casually, he will tell me, I hear you. Charles, I'm 65. I've been in this business 24 years now. God has done everything to me.
You've been very fortunate.
Yes, very, very fortunate. The only thing I have to do right now, and I would prefer to die doing it, is to speak the truth and do what is right. And that is what I believe. That's why I will not jump the ship. Right. But when the ship is getting overloaded with unnecessary cargo, and that ship may capsize, then I better consider the small, watch out, the small ship.
You mean the little boats that are around the place? Well, let's look at those boats, because you were the Director General of Rotimi Amechi's campaign when he was running against President Tinubu to be the APC nominee in 2023. And he came second, beating out the likes of the Vice President Yemi Osibanjo and many others. He was finally beaten, albeit by a wide margin, by Bola Tinubu. So you did a pretty good job as the DG of his campaign.
Yeah. We had 315 votes. We gave them a good fight. And then after that, we thought things would go on fine, actually. Because I remember vividly that Tinubu, the governor of Lagos, the current Minister of Defense, and who else, came to, Tinubu called me to say he wants to come and meet with myself, Amechi, and so we agreed. And at that time, I remember I was to go for Hajj.
You were to go for?
Hajj.
Okay, right.
And so the president said, look, we want you to come on board and let's work together. And we agreed. And then we agreed that we will meet after I come back. And that meeting did not hold. That was how they abandoned Amechi.
Right.
So it's not his fault.
So that's where the simmering anger is coming from.
That's right. But an APC ally, one of the Tinubu's, stronger defenders, and in fact, every time I look at him, he actually reminds me of the late Jesu Tega or Nopasa. He called all these guys noisemakers. But why? You should listen.
And I put it to you, Malam El-Rufai should be disregarded. He's a rabble-rouser. He's a rabble-rouser because, one, this was the Kaduna state that he ran for 8 years. He can't even go back there freely because the members of House of Assembly, they took a vote on his government, and it was a vote of no confidence on his government. So what is his pride? Why does he think that the northern Nigeria will follow him in his dance of Makaba? Why does he think so? Why does he think that he controls the northern Nigeria? Who gave him that confidence that he's Mr. Right in Nigeria and what he says makes meaning?
As far as Nigerians are concerned, Malam El-Rufai is a time waster. A man who has no understanding of loyalty. A man who has been publicly called a pathological liar. And he didn't even mind. He has no reputation. He's deficient in character. He's defective in behavior. All he knows is about himself. His son is a member of the House of Reps. And his son is not even following him in this charade, in this dance of Macabre.
Right.
So
we're almost out of time. How much do you think Mr. Tinubu's decision to let go of people like Nasir El-Rufai has split the president's support base? Because El-Rufai was a big supporter of the president previously. I mean, is the president risking party unity? Has the defection of many other politicians to the APC compensated for that?
What could the president have done if the man decides to turn coat and begin to criticize him all over Nigeria?
Wasn't it the president who turned coat against him
How
first?
do you say so? The man says, I want to make you minister. He nominated you as a minister. You are invited to the Senate for screening. You didn't make the Senate screening. You turned around to say it is the man that didn't want you. So what's the essence of asking you to go, nominating you in the first instance? I mean, you see, I have told you, Malam El-Rufai is suffering from ego infliction. The day he recognizes that everything does not have to go his way is the day he will get a bit of wisdom. Nigeria is not run like that. Why won't you say, oh, because I did this for the party, I campaigned for him, I was the one that orchestrated the fact that power must shift to the south, I give that to him. I was here. The day somebody came to say, Buhari says he would prefer the former Senate president, I was here. It was Malam El-Rufai that braved it and met Buhari and said, did you say this? And that is good. But all the Malam El-Rufai was doing in that time was to position himself as vice president. That was his ambition. Now that he couldn't make the vice president, he began to accuse the NSA from Adamawa, Ribadu. After Ribadu didn't mind him, he went all out and said he will make sure Ashwaju doesn't come back. Who is he?
Right. Okay.
Is it Nigeria? And
I know his type. You know, he needs to go on TV and respond. How dare El-Rufai go on TV? Who is he? You know, there are people like them. If you have listened to Onokpasa before, that's how he himself was sounding. But just give him some years down the line. You are likely going to see him on your TV telling you that, honestly, it is about us. As you let us down. And they will tell you to forgive him with that passion. He's making outlandish accusations just to, like, let you see who is he? Who is he? It's a desperate, you look going to come. You know? Well, I think what really got most of them is what El-Rufai said. He didn't just say Tinubu will be, defeated. He called them urban bandits who have hijacked power in the contraption. This was just yesterday.
Everybody is talking about his aspiration.
But they're all checking each other out.
Well, I'm sure they would. I mean, we are politicians. We are students of power. So yes, they will do that. But nobody is talking about, I want to be the president, or leave this for me, and so on. Everybody is saying we have a problem. This country is targeted for destruction by a collection of urban bandits. Let's come together, send them back home, and put this country back on track. Well, it is about fixing the country. Nobody is talking about his ambition. And that has been very good so far, and I'm encouraged.
Right. Well, I'm going to come back to that issue in a moment. Why the public mood is, because it is fair to say that many people may not like Mr. Tinubu, but many of them are undecided and are not necessarily convinced that people like you or Atiku or Obi or Kwankwaso are a better alternative.
Well, we have to ask the people to make up their minds. Do you like what is happening? This is just 2 years, okay? If you're happy with what is happening, if your life has got better since President Tinubu was sworn in on May 29, 2023, fine. But if not, why not give some other people a chance?
Well, the reason I ask that is because, I mean, I'm wondering whether you've carried out any sort of scientific poll to actually determine how popular he is. Because
no,
I remember in 2023.
Yes, we have.
When you were sitting where you're sitting now, and I interviewed you,
yes,
and I quoted the polls to you that suggested that Mr. Tinubu was only marginally popular.
Yes.
And you disputed that.
Yes.
But in the end, he could only manage less than a third of the vote, or around a third.
Yes.
While the two leading opposition candidates got collectively 2/3 of the vote.
True. Throughout the polling before the 2023 election, we knew that the election was going to be tight, very tight. But we were ahead. We knew we were going to be tight. We have done some polling. And I have mentioned some time ago that in many parts of the country, particularly in the southeast and the north, President Tinubu has 91% disapproval rating. Even in Lagos, he has 78% disapproval rating. Okay, in some states,
and that's a scientific poll.
It's a scientific poll,
right.
And in some states in the southwest, he's doing a bit better. Ondo, Ekiti. He's doing better than 78% disapproval rating, but there is nowhere he's doing better than 50%, even in the southwest. The guy is gone. He's performed miserably. The economy has tanked. The security architecture has failed. There are no clear trade, industrial, and investment policies. Everything is going wrong. They are raising lots of revenues, but we don't know where the revenues are going because there are no results.
Well, they say they're giving a lot of that money to the states. And let's face it, development, you were a governor before.
Yeah, the states
are responsible for development.
They are not responsible for all development.
Not all.
States are responsible for education, healthcare, and so on.
Key,
but major infrastructure, electricity, our rail system, our aviation system, the telecom system, is all under exclusively federal so far. So, yes, the states are getting more money in Naira terms, but my question is, where are the results? President Tinubu went to Kaduna last week to commission projects. 90% of all the projects he commissioned were the projects that I did and took to 90% plus, okay? No new projects have been initiated and commissioned in 2 years by this administration, even though they have had much more money. So the question is, and I gave the example of Kaduna only because I'm from the state and I know it pretty well and I get a lot of data about what is going on there. But the story is the same in most states of Nigeria. Some governors are trying hard, but frankly, most of them are not doing much with those resources. And the federal oversight is very weak because the president wants all the governors to be in APC.
But they would make the argument.
Nobody is talking about his aspiration.
But they all check.
So that's why he told them. He called them urban bandits. They want to send them back. So what's Tinubu's response? To let you know that when Tinubu said, I don't read the social media anymore,
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please.
Forget about it. So it was in Nasarawa today to commission a bridge, by a governor. So let's go take a look at how that went, right? First, driving from Abuja to Nasarawa. I think that's just probably like a 30, 40 minutes drive. How far is it? Lafia to Abuja. Well, here was Kolu on his way.
He never did here. He did yes. He did yes. The governor. Okay, now him. Now him. Don't pass. I don't tell you, don't pass. Count moto. Now him, that cut of arm where you see. Now him. You don't pass. See that motor? Yeah, guys. That's all. You see the car? The president, security open door like this, they go. You know, to wait for any governor there. Now all these politicians they follow for back. No, for where? Yes, sir. They're supposed to come down there. So yes, another people.
I'll show you the bridge. It's a flyover. I think it's 100 meters, be 200 meters, I don't know. So Kolu was there. And it was where, among many things he said, all right, where he sends a reply back to the people who are conspiring or coming together in a coalition to get rid of him. Kolu.
We've got the West. You've listened to a daily alake. I won't go much on the economic dynamism that we are facing. But the hope is here. From this moment on, you will have no regrets. I could see hard work coming from AA students. Determined to use the resources available to him for the benefit, stability, and prosperity of Nasarawa State. Sule is doing well because Ebola Tinubu is doing well too. Those who have triggered the alley politics and the partition of coalition suddenly just don't pay them any attention. They are the political IDPs. Don't give them a home. The hope is here. Sule is doing well. We will support whatever a Governor Sule brings about to work harder for the prosperity and renaissance of Nasarawa State. That's what we stand for.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Apart from calling them political IDPs, be honest too. Yeah, be honest. Could you make any sense out of what Tinubu said? He said they have cut the waste. Now, full of balablu nonsense. So I'm trying to speak his words and see if you could probably probe them. I'm asking you, can you make any sense of it? Because it is only in Nigeria that somebody will speak English and he will need an interpreter. It all started from Bokwari's time. Bokwari will say something stupid, which he did all the time. Educated people will now be interpreting what Bokwari meant. Abeti Bagbe, they are doing it for Tinubu too. The same way they speak English, we don't make any sense. Sentences that you couldn't really like. Now, educated people will go to explain them to you. And say, then they will say, your own brain, no fee carry what Tinubu, what he's saying. And you're like, Ronokus. They are special breed. Give it to them. You know, when you look at people fooling around and you're arguing with them, Baba, you get strength, though. You know? They will be explaining to you. They will say, now you know, understand. What Tinubu is saying is, so let's speak his words. All right? They have cut the waste. You know, he's trying to sound kind of like intelligent by using the same line of propaganda, but he's abysmal, very poor in delivery. But he's very, very proud. You know what they say about intelligent people and foolish people? Foolish people are or can be very loud and proud. Stupid people can be very stupid and proud. And you see, intelligent people, they are full of doubts because to them, before I make this thing public, what will be the reaction of the people? Am I sure? What will be the pros and cons? Where will people find fault here that they will want to? I mean, I want this thing to be a perfect delivery, right? Am I sure this is, you know what I mean? So intelligent people are always full of doubts, but foolish people, one person will come here now and say, we hear that Tinubu ordered the military, the soldiers, the helicopters, everything, and they just entered Benue And within 24 hours, they have arrested more than 2,000 bandits. They have killed more than 10,000. I saw it with my eyes. But they cannot release that picture into the public. And then you are there, you're like, really? How come that we didn't hear the spillover or sound? Because like to go to somewhere and kill 2,000 people, there is no way you can say, foolish people, very stupid people. But they have confidence, Baba. And you know that when you meet Nigerians stupid Nigerians, very foolish, unintelligent Nigerians, they just pick up something that catches his fancy and say, I didn't know that too. And he actually wants to go and brag about it. You can't correct such, like Omo. Anyway, Tinubu said he's cut waste, but that's not true. Tinubu's regime is the biggest cabinet ever in Nigeria history. Tinubu currently have 50 ministers. 50. You know? Egbe Rejolantan had, I think, 31. Bokwari had 36. Tinubu is currently running a cabinet of 50 ministers because he has already created another ministry as well. You know? Tinubu has appointed those who have received political appointment from Tinubu in the last 2 years alone. There have been over 10,000 of them. Political, those who are milking Nigeria right now with their straw, whatever it is, there is no cutting waste at all. When you take a look at their budget, overhead expenditure is what is believed to go into the payment for their emolument, salaries, allowances, travel, new this, new that. When you take a look at a capital project, which is supposed to be the project that goes into infrastructures development, so to say, that one is for everybody. You will still realize that the amount of money they allocated for their own capital project, for our own maintenance of existing structure, is far, far, far more than what they intend to spend on any real infrastructural development. Because even for that infrastructural development in their project, it's also filled with padded fake projects, money to be siphoned later by these roads. So cutting waste, are you kidding? Tinubu has borrowed more money than Bokwari did in 8 years. He has done that in 2 years. Nigeria has lost so much money, so much. Their businesses are closing. That Tinubu and his gang, they had to doctor the NBS data, telling themselves that everything is fine, right? Maybe he's not totally wrong in that part of the political IDPs, politically, internally displaced people or politicians. I've used that phrase here a few times, right? So, Bokolu said he can no longer just pretend that people are coming for him because they have activated 2027 already. Same guy whose posters is everywhere you turn to, in Abuja, in some of these cities, by these APC, governors, is saying the opposition talking about coalition, they have triggered their 2027 political, whatever. He said, so you won't expect me to keep quiet anymore. So he continued at the same bridge commissioning. And this time, you are going to see the bridge.
I'm not geared for what they try to pull on me. Only political campaign. But who is a politician who will keep quiet when the gangsterism are forming a coalition to unseat themselves? And I want to say thank you the First Lady of Nasarawa State, thank you very much. My wife told me of your hospitality and a great message that while she was here. She asked me to give you a regard and respect. And in Imam, the Minister for Women Affairs, thank him for what we are doing, the mobilization of women, the encouragement, the empowerment. I say thank you very much. I could see the fertile land. I could see the mechanization effort of the governor. I could see equipment rolling. I could see sacks and bags and the rapid growth and harvesting of rice and millet and many other things. Yes, we work with you to ensure values are added to your mineral deposits. But don't, because you are a solid mineral state, forget your agriculture. We are going to make agri profitable, sexier, and interesting for all of you, the youths, the women, and we will empower you through small-scale financing, loans, and opportunity for prosperity. Thank you very much. I am.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn, and the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption.
70 years old man. 70 years old man. 70.
Kolu. It's like they told him that, Baba, you shall be telling them about prosperity and the development. It's like Mr. Prosperity, you know. We will work with you to bring about the prosperity of the development of the prosperity and say, Kolu. You know, then another one is, and it is new, to make agriculture sexier. What is he talking about? Make agriculture sexier. Who told him to start saying that? Then he invited a drug dealer, arms dealer, to import tractors to Nigeria so as to make, you know what I mean? To make agriculture sexier. Because I don't understand, like, for example, now you're on your farm, the Fulani terrorists say, carry like you could just jump out of your tractor, you could call it twig. I say, I belong to Tinubu's, because I don't understand. How do you make it sexier? When terrorists continue to hijack farms and all that, sexy agriculture, like where did that come from? mad people. Because it is, every time you look at them, it's like they are just mocking the people, you know, laughing at them. And, you know, you see that crowd you saw in that place? I think Tinubu and his gang, they have devised a very creative ways of filling up everywhere they go to. Starting with the number of vehicles. It's like they always mobilize their audience, Tinubu's audience. And I don't think I'm the only one who is seeing that. Because sometimes when you look at the number of vehicles that are on their way to where they are performing their charade, it is always like, you know, oh, there is more. Listen to this part where they are commissioning the bridge. I think, again, this is where you're going to see the bridge. Rather, here, you see it here.
Your Excellency, this is the first project that you are going to commission for us, sir. It is actually a combination of an underpass and a flyover covering 1 kilometer. To fund it 100%, and we have paid off 100%.
Hello, sir?
All without borrowing 1 naira because of your own reforms that we have been able to do that in a state like Nasarawa. For that reason, we name it Bola Ahmed Tinubu Exchange. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, all the governors here present, members of the state executive of Nasarawa State present, the House of Assembly members here present. It is a great honor for me to be here, feeling at home, feeling very welcome, and to inaugurate this project. And salute the prudent management of resources, commitment to value given by the government of our dear state. Thank you very much. May God bless the state. I therefore commission the project. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu Interchange, commissioned by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Today, Wednesday, 25th June, 2025. Give the glory.
Nasarawa, I don't know if it is just me. Do you think that underpass is up to 1 kilometer? The overhead bridge there, that is like the underpass, do you think that's up to 1 kilometer? Well, they said it is 1 kilometer. And that was what Kolu went to commission. Apologies for this audio sound. Let's tone it down a bit. So again, as Kolu promised them in Nasarawa to have a sexy agriculture, I found a video of what I think that sexy, make agriculture sexier again, will likely look like. This time it's not just the Fulani terrorists too. There are other uniformed terrorists. Abi, how do you describe this? Somebody's maize farm somewhere in Nigeria. And that is why many people are saying, in the face of all this impunity, abuse of power, you know, and insecurity, corruption, and other stuff that people are facing, why can't they be like Kenyans? And Kenyans, they are back on the streets. Remember this time last year, when they were doing this financial bill, and, you know, a bit of a catch-up, okay? So last year, IMF, you know, offered some loans, including World Bank, to these African countries. And they gave these conditions, which included them going back to amend their monetary policies that would then force people to pay more taxes. So the Kenyans rejected it. Nigerians also rejected it, but unfortunately it was not uniform. So Tinubu got away with it anyway. But Kenyans, they didn't really go down without a fight, to the point that William Ruto, their governor, their president, could be seen to be visibly shaken by that experience at that time. But he recovered very quickly, a few days after. Or they forced him to concede so much, but it's resignation. But right now, they have become so targeted. In the last 1 year, Kenyans have been targeted, arbitrarily and illegally abducted. Some have been killed because of their link to that protest last year. Now they are back on the streets, and the adrenaline was pumping. He was so crazy last year, if you probably will remember. They wanted Ruto gone. They wanted a change of government. They want them gone. They wanted an early election. But Ruto told them, I'm not going anywhere. You would have to wait till 2027, and then you vote me out. But since then, there's been some sort of like a Gestapo team who have been going about abducting people. They are demanding for justice. A year after, they are back with their request. Last time, they overpowered the security guys in the parliament, where the lawmakers had to run away. It was tense. And as you are watching this video, it is becoming tense again. Today, they attempted to take over what is like their own Aso Rock, where their president lives. Soldiers who were sent to go and shoot at them, they got overwhelmed. Some soldiers themselves, I don't know if they lost their lives or not, they got overpowered by the strength of this number of determined frustrated people who have had enough. And this is what it should be for those who are destroying Nigeria. Whether they are going to be toppled or not, they should always believe that there will be consequences for their actions. And if they win one, they won't win all. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya CBD area and so many other scenes across Kenya, including when they were headed for their president, because they are demanding for him to resign.
Hey, leo sijui wameweka nini basi. Leo sijui wameweka nini. Hey, soja. Ayayaya. Hey, leo sijui wameweka nini lakini ni sawa tu. Wapi huko? Hey, ndabadilisha hii. Guys, nawaambia sijui leo wameweka nini lakini we will fight, Lakini then kuna maburukenge wengine umekaa tu kwa nyumba mnatuangalia tu tukiumia, si ndio? Ni sawa, hamuku tutuma tukawapigania. But we are fighting for the better part of you and us. Sawa sawa. Your children and of course yourself. Wewe ulisoma uko na degree. Uko na degree 4-5, sisi hatuna. Sisi tulifika form 4, tukaingia campus ikatushinda. Tunawapigania nyinyi wenye mko na madegree. Nyinyi wenye mko kwa nyumba.
So that is what a real protest actually looks like. That is what we want to see on TV for people who are going through hell in the hands of these criminals. It is not you sounding like you are a conquered people, asking people to come back and join you. These ones, they didn't wait. You remember last year? This time around, though, they didn't wait for something to happen, no. They just felt like, wait, it's been a whole year. Everything people died for, over 60 people were killed, young people. So just like that, no, Ruto must go. They didn't need any other reason to come out again and say, Baba, we can't wait till 2027. No, we don't want you. Rather than some of you have become so conquered people. It's easier. So you want them to kill us. You want them to come and kill Kiniko. Why don't you send your family member to go and join? And all those things, some of you give us excuses. There are people in Kenya who also say same. Or they believe, these ones who are out believes that the consequences of misgovernance, corrupt government in Kenya affects just everyone equally. So if you are more affected by any means, right, they don't need anything to convince you to stand up. Even if you supported them, you didn't support them to make your life miserable, did you? Did you support APC to destroy your life? That you have to stick to them as much as your life they spoil. Finally, people where you know their life don't spoil. But because you supported them, so yeah, that's enough, kind of. Unfortunately, for people to possibly go out and face the rogues who have money to build billions of naira to build bogus projects, white elephant projects, money laundering going on right before your very, very eyes, in public glare. Nigerians will probably rather just ask you, I beg, you know anybody who cook? So today they said a preacher in Lagos, Joshua Sama or something, is celebrating his 45th birthday, right? And he is willing to feed 5,000 people or give 5,000 people a bag of rice. And guess how many people turned up? Guess.
Crowd, too much. Yeah, iPhone.
Radam, ayo ciga, iPhone kamera.
Andaka o mayeni ni. Hey. Demolition. The two Abashi gate side. Not the other here. Not the other here. Heat, my heat good.
Hey, security don't pass security. Huh? Why did you prove what
are they? This is the other side. We're not busy.
Oh, Father Lord.
We are not under mother. Mother here today.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people approving. People should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger, because some people will be at indoor. There's no way.
Thank you, Prof. Just for you to understand, this is the bag of rice that was being shared by that apostle. So he's giving back to the, to the people. But I don't know, like, what do you think is going to be like to explain that to a non-Nigerian, either in the West here or any part of the world, that the person is not from Nigeria, and you want to explain to them that, you see, the people who are in that video, they are Nigerians, and they are there to beg for me to collect food. As you are seeing them being flogged, they will still stay there. Even if they stampeded them to death, the survivors will still be asking, like, where my own rice? How can you convince anybody who is a non-Nigerian that is a country called the most populated black nation on earth, and it is an oil-producing country, a country that is number 7th, number 8 of the among the highest oil producers in the world. Well, that's a topic. They see it, because if there is anybody who probably didn't know about Nigeria and all of this, well, I bet there probably will be few, sort of, because it is a supposed oil producing country. That is what they have reduced their people to. These same people are those that will give you excuses why they can't just let these guys go, like, they just have to defend them and all that. Unfortunately, in Kenya, even their own National Association of Kenyan Students, is it a Kenya Students Association in France, they sent their own press statement to say, Omo, Ruto is a total disappointment, and they stand behind the protesters. Back in Kenya as well. Like, you see, they are all united because what is affecting them does not recognize whether you are from this tribe or that tribe or no. It is the economy. And the corruption of the ruling class continue to grow almost unchecked. So the people can't be paying for the comforts of the ruling class. So they took it to the streets in their noticeable number, enough that if they push harder, right, it could indeed shut down the government. So if the people are not benefiting from whatever you are doing, don't tell them that they are going to lose if there's breakdown of law and order. Who breaks down the law and order? Who introduces violence? It is the government. They will be the one to begin to shoot at the peaceful protesters, right? So Kenya is these Kenyans is what Nigerians think they are, but they are not. You get that now? You'll be hearing them and say you want them to burn down the country. You want kiniko. So you want the law and order to break down. I said, do you have law and order right now? Do you? Or is it just because you don't have any means of possibly pushing back? Like you don't have your own army. Like the bandits have been at the terrorists. So if you have access to your own army and weapons, you probably won't be telling us to be patient with criminals who don't give a hoot about you. So you are conquered. And it is all kind of like unbelievable for some of you to imagine that there are still people who don't want to be conquered. And they will challenge the status quo, but they haven't reached the number. That is where we are still headed. Injustice everywhere. I just said something about students now, right? The elected president of the Nigerian students, Nance, is in detention, DSS detention. First, he was kidnapped. Somebody won election because the son of the president wanted somebody else. And that somebody else that the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu, wants is the one that is the president of NANS right now. The one that they elected has been in detention, Papa, for more than 3 months now. Even the student community all over Nigeria, they pretended that it's none of their business. But they've granted him bail. I heard that they've granted him bail of 5 million. What did he do? They kidnapped him. They tortured him. We could see the bruises, all of the injuries, right? Rather than for the police to arrest the alleged culprits, it was the guy himself they locked up. He is still in detention right now. For Showore and others, they were with him yesterday when he was granted bail. Probably working to perfect that bail right now. Student Union President of Nigeria. Nigerian, yeah?
Minister finally released on bail. Even though it's going back to DSS, we are going to complete the bail process.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the support.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
So if somebody says, Soli, Dari, Aluta spirit, Aluta Kineko, Baba, that guy na Aluta. If he be 55 years old, though, I don't know his age. But a lot of people, Nigerians, were like, now this one we'll go fight for. This is why we say don't born like 5 picking. How is this one student? That alone, the issue of empathy, feeling for people. Once Nigerians check you. Well, this one, you deserve it, Jerry, make them beat him. So it makes it easier for your oppressors to have peace of mind because you don't even have to do anything. You will do it for them. You know what I mean? People will do it for them. The people from this or this kind of places, people who live in these places, they will give you reasons why it is fine. It's okay. In defense of the criminals responsible for all of this.
Calm down, calm down. Asaba, Asaba. I ain't no Asaba. We there, Asaba. 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 Calm down. Asaba, Asaba. I ain't no Asaba. We there,
Gonna see our road for Asaba Siam. This is Oduke. This is Oduke Road. See, these two places now are two big holes right there. And this is what we pass through every day. Anytime we in rain now, we they pass through for here. Devout culture, come see you. Let me pass so that you see what I'm telling you about. Million Liga Asaba finally. I'm calling on the Delta State government. Our road they very bad though. See. See, in a river, they see my motor. See. Just see. And Benz and water no be friend. Benz and water na enemy. This place again, another big road. These two big road now. Now what they face for this place? Yeah? This is what we are facing. See my motor. Benz and water no be friends at all. See. This is Oduke Road. Most of this scene now, I will not be planning to park out from this area. It's not making sense. Look, just look. All this place, they will stop. Luchasianuzo. They will stop. Lucheuzo. Look at all the streets blocked. They talk, they carry shop, carry block, cover everywhere. So how water want to pass? How water want to pass for here now? See shop where I carry people for road. See road, see shop, see that motor. See that motor with the back. See. You see? See that motor go sit down, go swallow that motor, see. Our road don't scatter finish. Election on the reach, now come call us.
And as so I go always go in there to help them validate their fraud, their scam. This one admits that they failed, but I don't understand the we. Seriake Dixon just yesterday.
There is too much preoccupation with politics and 2027. Maybe there's too much concentration on receiving defectors all across the country, and people are not looking at it. No, please. Mr. President, I have the floor.
You started very well, end very well.
I have the floor. I have the floor. Because the business of the Nigerian people, for which we were all elected, all of us and the President of the Federal Republic, is not moving forward. That is the reason this motion and this bill has become necessary. Henry Siraki Dixon, Bayelsa West. As it has clearly been stated.
It's about 2027 for them. And, no wonder. It's always about the next election. It is only leaders who cares about next generation. Politicians only care about the next election. And of course, if you care to know, the people you have in Nigeria are not leaders. They are politicians. And that is why they are telling themselves that they are experts, strategists in politics and on how to, in quote, to win elections, which is rigged elections. When it comes to governance, they are complete incompetent misfits. But since you have to govern by gaining power, they are good, very good at that, but very poor when it comes to governance. The loss of the people. And when the role of government is missing in a society, the society becomes a banana republic where anything goes. At that point, citizens would have to resort to self-help. Self-help would have been a good and bad thing because there's no due process when it comes to taking laws into your own hands. You know, you're going to be the accuser, the prosecutor, the judge, and the executioner. Jungle justice in the absence of true rule of law or functional government. Nigeria has almost had no government in the last 10 years. Unfortunately, by everything happening, you can come up with that conclusion and say Nigeria has no government in the last 10 years. Nigerians are at the mercy of a terrorist, paying ransoms, some paying with their lives. You understand? So the bad side is when there's no due process. The good side is what the Yoruba called wiri lapin wo wiri. Others say na fire for fire. But somehow, using what you have to get what you want is not a bad idea. I think it is humanly universal, kind of like natural instinct or so. Use what you have to get what you want. So if na pompo, if na cutlass, if it's bows and arrows, right? Even if it is a short, whatever you've got, use it to defend yourselves. And I think that's what these guys took literally. This random video I received earlier, I have to edit out some parts. They took it upon themselves to go after this Fulani terrorist. And luckily for them, they managed to overwhelm them. Like I said, jungle justice is barbaric. But some will say it is necessary, especially in the face of wanton killings, uncontrolled, coordinated massacre going about. So then, what is due process going to solve for them? I don't know if you have seen this video. I don't know how soon or how recent it is. It was that gory. The reason why I'm sharing it is just to let you see that a whole community could come together under one unison kind of like approach, go after their armed attackers. Casualties will be recorded on both sides, I believe. However, they will probably leave something with their attackers, those ones that will survive. And that will be, you mess with this community, they can always come out for you. It is not going to end well. That is my own theory about this video. Please take a look.
a wurin da ake wani inda aka cikin fura da shi da siyan ɓata gara shi ma da ya zo ga shi ya zo tana ɗauko su Amin.
So the picture I was trying to paint for you about what happened there, I think you can use your imagination for the rest, because after that part of the video, you don't want to see it. These terrorists have been killed already. Their guns have been taken by that crowd. And others in anger, you go to hear, you won't see it, but you hear the sound after that clip. That's why I had to call it, like, you know what? I don't have to share that, right? So they took their rage out on the unlucky terrorists that they are able to catch, right? That is what people mean when they say, why can't communities come together? Even if these terrorists are being protected here and there and all that, there will still be somehow a kind of a means of using the advantage of knowing your terrain, even though the terrorist also knows your terrain very well. John Good Justice. There is a bro that got caught in his own trade. His excuse was that it is ignorance, right? Baba, listen to this young man, another product of failed Nigeria.
You see?
Justice divine.
Justice divine.
Yes,
you be
sir.
from where?
I be Igbodo person, but I dey stay for Agboye.
You be Igbodo person.
Yes.
Which quarter for Igbodo? Idumobio.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
24 years old.
Yes, sir.
Wait till you do when they catch you, when they arrest you.
I'm working for my boss. I do the
What's the name of your boss? Woto. From where?
From Agboye.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long you don't work for him?
For close to 2 weeks. A weekend. Yes, sir.
Just only 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
How long you don't do into drug business to see yourself?
Into drug business, that's it.
I said, well, two of them for me.
Falkland Hotel.
Then I for me the guy.
Yes, sir.
When for they give you the goods, this goods so?
Now for where they catch you.
This one where you hold now, for where?
This one are Kolos.
This one are Kolos.
Yes, sir.
Where you hold for hands so?
Yes, sir.
Kolos. And all this one where they here now, how many? Now waiting me this one. They name them.
Loud. This one are loud. This one are codeine.
This one are
TM.
This one are TM.
Yes, sir.
This one are codeine.
Yes, sir.
What will
be this other one?
This one are Swinon. Okay. This one are waiting. This one are Rizla. Wait till they use this one do. This grinding this thing.
Now wait till they take the grind loud.
Okay, now we take the grind loud.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This thing now, you know the effect of what you also.
No, I know the smoke. This one I have the smoke.
Now loud you the smoke.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This one CSC. Waiting in the work.
I know the thing. I know the thing.
Why you suppose know waiting they work now? This one where you hold now.
My drugs.
You know say this thing now is against the law.
Yes, sir.
So why you can't they do this business?
Out of ignorance, sir.
Out of ignorance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Good say you talk say out of ignorance.
Out of ignorance and situation, sir.
Situation. You know the damage where this thing they cause for the life of young men? Huh? Huh? The life of the youth where this thing don't condemn? Particularly this codeine?
Yes, sir.
But when they say ice too now?
No, I don't get ice.
But you don't sell ice finish?
Yes.
No lie?
Yes, you give me ice, sell for that.
You sell for that. Okay. Your name again?
Justice.
How much your own return? What you give him?
10,000.
Every night.
My drugs.
You know. You see?
He's 24. He's a drug dealer, so nothing to see there. And to those of you who patronizes them and all that, trying to drown your sorrow and all that stuff, Baba, if you run mad, you are not really going to really disappoint people, because officially there are over 70% of Nigerians who have mental problem. So Coca-Cola's méjì lásán ni kò wọ Colorado, I mean, is it from Colos to Colorado, back to Canada, and the rest of that, Baba, you just make it official. I'm not trying to, it's like a dark humor, right? Just stay away from drugs, please, as much as you can. And also, if you can, stay away from Iran and Israel. A Yoruba man, for the first time in his life, saw an air, what do you call that thing again? Air defense system in Iran. Aba, Shogoni, and the rest of that. So you just see the flash of war, not the real one. No. And here was his reaction 2 days ago.
Yeah, see, today, kí ni date ni? Monday 23. Wo ṣe tó tẹ̀lé ra wọn. Mi ò mọ bí tó ti yìnbọn. Why my own house? God. Wo bó ṣe tó tẹ̀lé ra wọn. Wo bó ṣe tó tẹ̀lé ra wọn. Ṣé ká kúrò níbí? Wọ́n ti yìnbọn bù ní express Qatar. American base yẹn no target. Àwọn Iran. See, hey, why my own house? Ó ti wá jẹ́ ilé tèmi. See. You see? Hey, where we go now? Ọlọ́run ṣàánú mi. Mo ní kú sájò. Yeah.
Ami. So Iran, Qatar. So Iran, Israel. So that was the moment Iran was sending rockets to go and bomb the American base in Qatar. So Yoruba man and his family was like, why is in my own house? What did I do? Why are they fire? They are telling us to be on alert. They've been telling us that in the UK. It's like, Russia won't come. On Scotland, so we have a nuclear deterrent here, okay, in Scotland. Even if they shoot nuclear weapon, do you know that there is that not what it does? Nuclear deterrent. If they shoot nuclear bomb and as it's coming, you just need to deterrent here will react. It's like underwater. It will react and come out and face the nuclear. But that's what they told me. So, but still, we're told to be on alert. Not like there's anything we can do, because the people who are the custodians of our culture, tradition, and the rest, you see, when we're growing up, right? I remember being told that the Yorubas or near of Ile-Ife, there is a place called the Ile Odudua. It is like the Oduduwa's powerhouse. That if they take anybody inside that place, there is nothing that can, it's only the will of God that can kill that person. In fact, the people that gave me that stand said, I don't know if you heard it too, they said they took Babangida inside that place, that there is nothing that can kill Babangida. Only the, this was like about 30 years ago. I was a little boy, and I believed it. So imagine that they decided to fire rockets to Nigeria. You see that one that you saw in that video? It was reported that Iran notified America that they want to do it. They also notified Qatar. We are going to shoot this rocket too. If you have anything to defend them, to catch it, fine. If you don't, we are going to bomb American base there. So evacuate everybody. Abba. And yeah, when they shot those rockets, Qatar was there to take everything. Not a single one missed from what we heard. So imagine they tell Nigerians that they are going to shoot rockets to Nigeria on the 15th of August. What do you think people will be doing? They will start first. You will see Nigerian prophet that will tell you that God has already told them that it's not going to happen. There will be another one that will say God commands him that Nigerians should pray. Even if they have to send people to Saudi Arabia, be Israel, to go and pray that Cameroon will not shoot that rocket. I'm just using Cameroon. Let's say Cameroon get rockets like North Korea, because they will shoot also. The next thing you will begin when it is the 10th of, hang on, today is what? 25th of June, right? So if they say they are going to shoot rocket into Nigeria on the 15th of July, I promise you, most of your elites, your politicians, some of them will leave Nigeria this evening. Because to them, they will be like, oh, Benny, you want to wait till on the 14th? I can't wait till the 14th of July, when there will be rush. I don't want to find out whether they will shoot the rocket or not. These are the kind of the leaders who are telling you that they are taking you to the future. I also told another person, I said, even if they promise to shoot rocket into Nigeria in December 2031, Nigerian criminal politicians will never build a defense system, but they will budget for it. It will never be completed. And while the religious houses will say they have prayed it's not going to happen. Some will say that there is these other pastors who can catch rockets and command it to go to Ukraine, you get what I mean? Like, everybody will shout fool themselves until kaboom. So now imagine if that happens. Me, that is a Yoruba man that read the story of how powerful our ancestors are, aware. That they achieved outstanding sort of like a record of warring and all that. So if I have to kind of jump on the next flight and say, I'm going to Yoruba land and we'll go and see Alaafin, we'll go and see Oni of Ife. And the people will go meet me this.
Ọmọ àdábàlẹ̀ ọmọ àdábàlẹ̀ ikú ti fọmọ ránṣẹ́ ìrìn orí àbátá ó pètàdú ọ̀rọ̀ sẹ́kùnrin ẹlẹ́kùnrin ọ̀bọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ ọ̀bọ̀rọ̀ débẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọ̀bọ̀rọ̀ ká kó lè bá àríkẹ́ ń bẹ̀ ni kábíyèsí ó ọ̀gbọ́n adé sọ̀kọ́ olúkòso.
Ẹ má bàjẹ́ ẹ má rẹ̀ òkè.
And for the record, None of that shenanigan, none of that display is part of the Yoruba culture. None of them. None. They are first class Oba in Yoruba land. It's two they represent. And you see those two clowns. The first one returned from Canada. He's lived in a civil society before. But immediately he got to Nigeria and he became the Alaafin. There is to his record right now that he's already used the position to get somebody killed, beaten up, like picked up some of these kingmakers and beat them up silly to establish his own authority, kind of. And he's been a rival to the honey of Ife, the land grabber. That one too is a criminal. You see the problem here? Sometimes the enemies you think are coming to come and get you don't even need to do anything. They just need to compromise your institutions, fill them up with different shady characters. So that thing you see on your FIFA, doing all this, it is all for his palace. People go to see him. You don't do that. It's not part of, but they have to do it, you know. So when this one now came, so they invited the two of them to Tinubu's ECOWAS Economic Summit 2 days ago. And they knew, first, the one in Ashoke from Canada, Alaafin, that one is now claiming to be like, I am the leader of all Oba in Yoruba land. The Babalawo Dudua, Oni of Ife, that one is also claiming that no, by design, because I am the one that is next to Dudua, very close to him and all that. So I am like the senior. Now the rivalry that they do, that's why they brought out Wike singers, Prince hype men, undress them like it is Yoruba. It is not. Those are the kind of kings that you don't even see them outside. Alaafin, coming to your town. It is not to come and attend any party or anything. It is always going to be something symbolic, something very, very, like cultural, like, but no, not anymore. What we have now is just the down banners left, right, and center. So Dogunbade, those are the people that will show us to Ogun. As for the army, but they said they have built a drone that can detect, they have a drone that can detect mines. Wow. You know what that means, right? A drone that once it's flying, it's going to have an infrared, it's going to be scanning the land, and it's going to detect, I don't know, like in case. So maybe this one too can possibly capture any rockets in case if it's directed to the contraption. Video. So imagine that you join the Nigerian army. They can't give you the Akoto Olokada. Can't carry your own peku gun and everything, sha. You wear everything, get ready. We are going to go and fight Boko Haram. Or there is mine everywhere. They can't use that. Somebody can't use that drone. Can't they say, oh, clear. Now, troop, move. But in all honesty, you go forward. After watching that drone, just what God knows what he's doing. Who cares? Somebody is watching. Because his job is to scan and make sure that where you want to pass. Mine, no deal. You know what is mine? That one, whether it go be like say me you stand on 2,000 pound bomb. Oh my, just they're not going to even identify you. So I am asking you right now, Nigerian Army officer, Officer Iruk Kuti. You understand? Like person they don't try to kill her, no die. So Officer Iruk Kuti, which are Kotolok everything there. And you are watching it as they are doing technology drone. Because say, officers, now move. You go run. Or you go be the first person to go and find out if the thing they work or not. There are other weapons in Nigerian's arsenal. So that's just the joke of it. So those videos, they will last long on social media. And so many people who are not from Nigeria will sit there and say, look at these guys. Anyway, thanks so much for your time. I knew that I've already passed my time because I think we can take us another time, right? So thank you so much for your time. Please like this broadcast if you haven't. And if you joined us late, seriously, you can rewatch this, especially from the part you missed. And I will see you some other time. Everyone, good night. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kí.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kí.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.